Greetings, YouTube. I've spoken about voter disenfranchisement here on my channel before. And in particular, when it dealt with the voter ID laws across America, which are all about disenfranchising Americans from voting, particularly the young, college age, the elderly, and minorities. There is no voter fraud problem in America. None! You are more likely to be hit multiple times by lightning than encounter voter fraud in America. These laws are about disenfranchising non-white, non-conservative voters. Period. Anyone that tells you otherwise is lying to you. But this video is about something that happened in Virginia. Apparently, someone in Virginia seriously put forth a state bill that would have changed the one vote per person rule so that the votes cast in urban centers, cities, would count less than those cast in suburban and rural settings. Now, who lives in cities? Who are the urban voters? You see, in Virginia, a lot of the urban voters, wink wink, nudge nudge, voted for Obama. Could maybe they be not white? Could maybe they be, I'm not sure, black? Now, if you do the math on how these laws would have affected the actual voting process, and remember, this would eliminate the concept of one person, one vote. I'm going to quote an article here. I got this originally from Selectivist. This bill counts an Obama voter as 3/5 of a person. I don't know if that fraction rings a bell with you. It was kind of a big deal way back when. Women in fancy dresses, guys in gray. A lot of gray was in style. Is the light coming on now? Now, for those outside the U.S., at one time, there was a legal precedent in America that a non-white voter counted for 3/5 of a human being. Yes, we actually had a legal document stating that non-white people counted as less of a human being. And this bill in Virginia would have reinstated that concept, saying that urban voters are only worth 3/5 of a human being over those in the suburbs and the rural areas. Now, those areas, the suburban and rural areas, have more white people, particularly in Virginia. You see, the GOP is really desperately trying to hold on to the angry white men vote. But there are fewer angry white men every year because America becomes more diverse. Not to mention, many white women are beginning to realize that voting for the GOP really isn't a good idea since the GOP hates them. And minorities have known this for a really long time. So this bill was out and out. We want to make sure that we win by making sure that white votes count more than black votes. Flat out. I will have to give them kudos for their absolute candor, honesty, and chutzpah. I mean, you gotta say they were really honest about this. They just want to discount human beings that they don't want voting against them. You know? Or at least they're honest. I'll give them that. Morally reprehensible, but then again, this is the GOP I'm talking about, and I expect that from them.